Welcome, everybody. My name is Lynette Davis. I'm the president of A&D Media, and I am so delighted to have you here with us. I am extra excited. That's a lot of excited. I am extra excited to introduce to you my very special guest on this episode of Marketing Superheroines and Superheroes Unite. So, so welcome, Kristy Schnabel.
Thank you so much, Lynette. I'm so happy to be here, and it's fun to be on another hangout with you.
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
So, Kristy, I'm not going to sit here and read a bio off of a notebook. So, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this in my special way. Tell me a little bit about yourself and how you serve the world with your unique superpowers, your USP.
I love that, by the way. Great tagline. Um, I have been doing this online thing for 11 plus years now. I started out as a virtual assistant, and I was very fortunate to work with some dynamic coaches. And I watched before my eyes how they moved from six-figure income to seven-figure. So I learned a lot from them. So that was a wonderful experience. But for my whole working life, I've always wanted to be some sort of a teacher. And so I love helping my clients achieve their greatness and being there available to help them work through all this technology stuff. That's my superpower. I think I have the ability to take something that's complex and make it simple for people.
Awesome. That's a very, very cool superpower because there are so many things going on. So to take all of that and make it something that I can easily digest is a beautiful gift to have.
Thank you.
Awesome. So what I like to do is just kind of open up some dialogue here um, about just common things and obstacles that we as women entrepreneurs and our cool men too sometimes go through and experience when we are just trying to market our businesses while leveraging all this technology.
Yeah. Um, haven't you seen it? I mean, I've seen lots of common themes. One of the first one is time, people not having the time to do the marketing for their business. Even, you as a social media manager as well, I'm sure you've heard the story, well, I know I need to be on social media, but I don't have the time to do it. And then we entrepreneurs and the people that we serve often suffer from overwhelm. I think there's so many possibilities out there, and people are saying, boy, which shiny object should I follow? And maybe it's hard to reach a place of completion with all the things that are available out there. The other obstacle I see is that people want to go straight to the end game. So, for example, they want to start posting to their social media channels, but they don't have their marketing foundation in place. They don't have their website up and looking great. Maybe they don't have their free offer or their marketing funnel in place. And they don't have a plan. They don't have a social media strategy for posting to their channels on a regular basis. They just think, wow, I finished this great, product or service. Here it is, world. But they haven't established the relationship with social media. They haven't built their community. So I think if people focus, pick one thing and focus, that can really serve them. And be sure and get those foundational marketing pieces in place.
Awesome, awesome.
Sorry if I was all over the place there.
Not at all,
I
not
see
at
lots of
all.
obstacles.
Not at all, because you know what? To me, it all flowed. It all flowed from one piece to another and gave us a nice overall picture in a very simplistic way, which
Oh,
is part of your USP. So
yeah,
awesome.
thanks.
So, speaking of, you were talking about, people build this awesome service or product, and I know with with my audience who are majority coaches and everything, they are super awesome and super innovative, and they are developing products and developing services and trying to make passive income off of their awesome insight intel. And it is kind of like that. It's like, all right, I created this. Hey guys, buy my stuff. And you were talking a little bit about a process between that creation and that social media. So let's can we kind of go back into that a little bit? Can you tell me a little bit more about the interaction between getting a product out there and that foundational piece, and how that ties into social media? Because a lot of people sometimes think social media marketing, all right, I'm just going to post a Facebook and I'm going to do an ad, but
Yeah.
we know that there's so much more to that. So can you break that down a little bit?
Sure. I think you've probably often heard, as I have, there's the know, like, and trust fast factor, that people have to be known by their community, like, and trusted before they're ever going to plunk down money for a product and service. So there again, that's a really important foundational piece. So I think it starts with, I understand people have a product or service that they want to develop, but really they need to also at the same time be building their community. So, and they build a community by throwing out some value. And they do that, for example, by posting to their blog, posting something that people really want and need. It's helpful. I'd say some of my most popular blog posts are how-to. So I'll create a video and I'll show the steps as simply as I can. I really try and keep my videos shorter than 3 minutes, usually 2 minutes, but usually I can't do it. So what I'll do is create the how-to video, and then I'll repurpose that video by sticking it on my blog. So embed it in my blog. But the blog is going to have actually some more added value as well. Okay, so I've got 2 things going there, but I'm not done yet. I want my blog post to be a standalone page so that if anyone lands on there from who knows where, they're going to see a complete picture. So they're going to see the blog, they're going to see the video in the blog, and then I'm going to have my picture with a little mini bio there, but I'm still not done. I'm also going to throw in one of my free offers. So I'm going to add that to the bottom, and I'm going to write some enticing marketing copy. Here's a free offer for you, and this will do this, that, and the other thing for you. Click here to download. So all of that, giving people something free is just a terrific way to start. It builds your brand, shows your expertise, and it starts that know, like, and trust relationship.
Awesome, awesome. Now, I am thinking about that, and sometimes it's so much easier said than done to do that. Like,
Yeah.
yes, all right, I'm going to do this blog, and I'm going to pop this video, and I'm going to write this copy, and and some people are like, all right, cool. How do I get started doing that? What kind of tools do I need to do that? Like, even, we're using this Google Hangout as a tool,
Yeah.
To get some of these things done. So, let's go back. To get one of these things done, to get some of these things done, what kind of tools would you recommend? Maybe
Mm-hmm.
1 or 2 because we'll keep it simple. I always say, help us out with one tool so that we can go ahead and take that one tool and go ahead and use it.
Okay, yeah. So I have a little bit of a story to tell you. So one of my best friends, she knows I'm doing these videos. She knows I've got a playlist and the whole works. So she sent me an email and she said that her husband was doing a video and he needed to know what tool I use for editing. And I wrote her back and I said, I don't edit.
Huh.
I don't have the time to learn it. I don't have the time to do it. So here's my tool. My tool is Snagit. Did you get that tool, by the way? Do you have it?
I don't, but I do know
No.
what it is.
You do know what it is. Okay, so for your audience, Snagit is pretty cheap. I think it's somewhere in like the $30 to $50 range. I think it's from TechSmith, which also does what, Dreamweaver and Camtasia.
Yes.
I might have that wrong, but
They do
anyway,
Jing, yeah.
so it is a screen capture tool. I use it several times a day. Um, and what it does is, I capture images all day long and put it in emails and do stuff to, maybe I put them in my blog. But what I do with Snagit for videos is I turn on the video rather than the camera selection, and I just roll the camera. I usually have it planned out. I do a little practice, so I start by showing my screen, maybe a slide or two in PowerPoint, and then I say, okay, let's move over and go over to Facebook, or we'll go over to Hootsuite or Buffer, and we'll do a little bit of a tutorial, and then I'll swing it on back over to PowerPoint, and then I end the video. So sometimes I put myself on the camera, but if I want to get a video out fast, I just do PowerPoint and then whatever tool I'm showing people, and then back to PowerPoint. And it takes about 3 to 4 takes. Are there mistakes inside my video? Absolutely. But I learned this from my mentors. If you're going to wait for perfection, guess what? You're never going to get it done. Don't wait for perfection. Wait for pretty good. And when you show mistakes in your videos, Lynette, you're just showing that you're human. And I think people can relate to that. So Snagit's my favorite tool for videos. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. I almost kind of felt like you were telling me that because I know we talked before this, and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna put it out there, and I don't even want to look at these videos afterwards. But you're right. I need to kind of take that advice myself. Done is better than perfect.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm saying that, guy, to you too, because don't think we're on here and they're like, yeah, you're doing it. I'm like, oh no, this is what I call a work of acting in a fit of courage despite fear.
Exactly. And we're all struggling. I'm telling you all the things that we all should be doing, but we struggle with, like the client work gets super busy and it's hard to get to our own marketing, but sometimes, boy, we have to find a way to make it a priority because it's going to help everybody in the long run.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know what, Kristy, because I have been kind of checking out your videos, and I think it's cool that you started wanting to incorporate your videos into your marketing. And I know that, despite some of these tools, and despite how organized and simplified things are, it's really hard for some people to be able to just do it all. As a matter of fact, I know, especially since you have worked with 6-figure to 7-figure coaches, that they weren't able to do what they did alone.
They did it with a team. You're right.
They did it with a team.
So, and not everyone can afford to hire a team, so find another way. You're not going to believe this. This awesome thing happened this week. I actually had a fellow virtual assistant contact me and say, can I be your intern?
Awesome.
And I couldn't say yes fast enough. She has some awesome skills that I need help with in my business. She wants learn a little bit more of the social media piece. So it's a win-win. So we're putting together a contract. She's going to be an intern for 3 months for a certain number of hours, and she's going to help me launch my webinar series. And I'm going to help her by showing her some of my social media systems, which in turn is going to help her with her virtual assistant clients.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
So that's really, really cool. So in that instance, you were able to kind of trade for her to learn under somebody who has been in business for quite a while, who knows the tricks and trades of the virtual assistance industry, while you get to really kind of step out of that role more and become the teacher. And because webinars is definitely an unorthodox way to get into teaching, so that's really awesome.
So just to kind of take that topic a little bit further, I think we all need two things. I think we all need coaches. And so I actually have a relationship with one of my clients who is also my coach. So we're trading back and forth services. We actually invoice each other and pay each other. So everybody needs a coach, and everyone needs some team help, whether it's a friend, it's an intern, or it's a virtual assistant that you hire. I think all of that is part of the team that you need to build to take your business to the next level.
Awesome. Awesome. And Kristy's totally on the spot with that. Actually, guys, Kristy is a colleague. We have worked together, but Kristy's also coached me. So
a little bit, yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But you know, it kind of proves about how relationships work. Like we go back and forth with it.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's how it works. That's a prime example of that. And I love that you gave those examples, because some people go, I can't afford this kind of team. You know, team could be your spouse that's supporting you, a mentor, whether that's a paid for mentor or a mentor who comes into your life that helps with certain aspects of your life.
Right.
So, yeah, awesome.
Or it could be a friend. I mean, two colleagues. You know, can you help me on my webinar and I'll help you on yours, or I'll create graphics for you and you create copy for me. It's like, let's work together, people. We're all going to the same place.
Absolutely.
Forward. Yeah.
Yes, forward. All going to the same place. Forward. I love that.
Now, do you think women in particular do this well? I do.
I think so, because I think women are more naturally more nurturing in nature, and I don't mean all like baby nurturing, but in an essence, nurturing of relationships, to the point where we think, let's move forward together, let's do this together. It's more than enough.
Yeah,
and,
abundance.
Yes, there's abundance. We think more like that. And I also think, and I know actually statistically, when it comes to values, women have a different number one priority for a value versus men. Men usually rank for power. Mm-hmm. It's not that we don't want power, because we do, but we want power in a different light than men do.
Yeah.
So
fascinating. Yeah.
It is. It's very fascinating. That's my sociology major kicking in.
Oh, yeah. I loved my sociology class in college. I'm just thinking, why didn't I pursue that? I love that. I went into econ. Who does that? Anyway, we won't go there.
Well, you know, we could talk about that one later.
Okay.
I'm like, actually, I think that one's pretty cool, too. Sometimes I go, why did I do sociology? But I actually really love sociology, and I feel like both of our majors actually surprisingly completely apply.
Yeah, true.
So awesome. So you were talking about a webinar series, and I don't want to as much as I want to pull out of you, I know that value is, you know, it comes with time, and time is money.
Yes.
So could you leave us with one takeaway or tip or action step that we can put into immediate action, you know, based off of your USP? And I would love to hear more about this webinar series too while you're at it.
Well, I'm not going to leak my webinar series yet because it's still in the works. Oh, man. Doing something like that takes a lot of time and help and effort, and I already have a team of 3 helping me on it, just to give you an idea. So I'm going to have to be quiet on that for now. I'm going to quickly glance at my notes here. I I wanted to kind of get this in another way that your audience can really rock social media in different ways because it all relates. So, for example, on Facebook, I build relationships with groups. I don't know. I know you're in Facebook groups because I see you there. Um, Groups are awesome. You know, if you just post on your page and interact with people there, sometimes it's hard to get the relationship going. But I think in smaller groups, people can really be themselves and the personalities come through, especially when they're closed or secret groups, because then everyone feels safe. It's not out there for the whole world to see. I also want to say, gosh, I made some friends on Instagram, of all places. And
Huh.
on Instagram, I do not post anything for business. Nothing. I take pictures of my environment. I take pictures of flowers and sunsets and sunrises and things. But I actually formed a relationship with someone on another channel, and then we kind of followed up the relationship on Instagram, and then it moved to email. So social media is just full of possibilities. Um, Two more things. I have a Twitter Tuesday group where we all post each other's stuff on Tuesdays. So that spreads your reach. That's just an example how you could use social media to kind of take it out there. And lastly, I want to give a little bit of a plug for the Social Buzz Club. I think it's socialbuzzclub.com. I didn't write it down though. And this is a place where every week when I have a blog post, I post it there for all of these fabulous people to share. But I can't post my stuff until I share their valuable stuff. So
Love
it's like
that.
a win-win. Okay, so sorry for throwing all those in.
No,
But
don't
um,
apologize. I am
um,
all about team value.
oh, good. I mean, I just want people to be creative. So it used to be where we did all of our networking. We got in a car, we drove to a place, and we all stand around with snacks and drinks in our hands, and that's how all of the networking took place. You could still do that, and I still think there's a place for that, but there's also all these online possibilities. Take advantage of them and don't feel like you're wasting time. It's the marketing of your business. Okay, so getting back to your question, I think you said what my takeaway is or my bonus tip
Yes.
after I went off on this very long tangent. In my notes, I wrote, pick a lane and go, go, go.
Love that.
So, I mean, just focus, find the direction, commit, do it. And I see people, and I've seen myself too, not just other people, get stuck in analysis paralysis. Like,
Oh yeah.
okay, there's all these possibilities. Okay, so just this week, I had the privilege of watching, I think it's about a 2 or 3 minute video that Oprah did. And it's about how people get into overwhelm and they have 100,000 choices to do, and it shuts them down and they don't do anything at all. And in this video, she said, just pick the next thing. That's it. Do the next thing. I'm sure you've seen it. If you won't, I'll send it to you. Just pick the next thing, get it done. Okay, then evaluate again. What's the next most important thing to do? Then do that. Wise words, wise woman. I just have another note here. If you have a small business, then you have gifts. Share those gifts with others in videos, blog posts, whatever. Build your audience, offer products and services that they need, and you'll be on your way. Pick a
I,
lane. Go, go, go.
I love that. I'm like sitting here.
Oh.
I am taking notes, Kristy,
Oh, you're so sweet.
with my purple pen.
Purple pen, purple rules. You got to make it fun, right? We're in this office by ourselves, so make it
Absolutely.
fun.
Absolutely. I mean, look, this is my notebook here.
Oh, where's mine is way too dull. I need to get a better notebook.
You
Blue,
gotta
blah.
make it fun.
Yeah, good for you. Love my spiral notebook. It rules my world. So, I
Awesome.
mean, like every single day, to-do list, da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Awesome. Christy, thank you so much. I'm actually so happy that you just came out and was like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and scribble outside the lines and give some awesome value. And I am just like, woo! Yes.
I'm excited too. Who needs a cup of coffee this morning when I've got you?
Awesome sauce. Awesome. Actually, I did have some.
Okay, well, me too, but yeah. You've already been out of the house. Good for you.
Yeah, yeah, I needed to get my morning walk on,
Ah,
so.
good for you.
Awesome. So everyone, I hope you got as much value as I did and filled up your notebook because I sure did. Like she said, just go, go, go.
Pick a
Chrissy,
lane.
yes, pick a lane. Take a lane.
Yeah.
Chrissy, thank you so much for coming on and just sharing your special sauce with us, your USP with us. I truly appreciate it.
Oh, it's been such a pleasure to be here, and thank you so much for inviting me.
Awesome. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. Until the next time, take care.